Hey guys, how you going? Welcome to part 11 of Foundation. Thank you so much for tuning in. I've been appreciating all the support lately on the channel. And in this part, we're going to be building a nice big tavern across from the Stony Bridge. Now don't get me wrong, our other tavern in the center of our village has been serving us well. Well, at least when we had 50 or 80 villagers. But now we have well over 200. So we need something a bit more bigger to entertain them all. So in this part, we're going to be focusing on that. We're also going to be trying to build up some of the infrastructure here when I get the chance. And that way, a lot of the villagers who need to live down here to supply the jobs and supply everything else that our castle and city will need can live down here. So with that being said, I hope you all enjoy the video. Be sure to watch to the end to figure out what we're going to do in the next part. But with that being said, grab a snack, grab a beverage, and enjoy. Okay, so just before we start building our tavern, I'm going to get these workers to clear out a bit more space for us. Just so we can see a bit easier what we're doing. But every good tavern needs an inn. So, I'm going to build one of those. And let's get right into it. I'm going to add one of those. Raise it up a bit. I like that. That looks good. So we'll keep that. Add all the decorations in the afterwards. Next, we will need a public lounge. And this is where the people will be chilling out, I believe. Let's actually quickly get rid of that and let me just double check. Public lounge. Required to welcome patrons to the tavern. I am also going to add a little overhanging bridge there because I really like how that looks. And that will be able to connect the other buildings together. I'm also going to put some of these dormers on the top of the inn. There we go. 4 of those. Oh. Where is it? Oh, come on. There we go. 4 of those should do the trick. Maybe even a couple on here. There we go. I like that. What else can we add decoration-wise? Add a little bit hanging off or something. Just once again, give it a little bit more character. How does that look? No, not too good. Not a big fan of that. I really like that as well. Makes it so it doesn't look so flat. So we'll add another one of those to the other side. Oh, move that over. And just change the style of it to that one. I think that looks alright. We can always change this stuff if we don't like how it suits. But I think that is pretty good for the inn lodge so far. And that will allow us to house 19 travelers. So we'll do that. Now we'll add another sub building. We will do the... What shall we do next? We'll do the public lounge. Okay. Grab the thatched hall again. We'll actually turn it around so it connects like that. How does that look? Does that match? That matches. Beautiful. Okay, and then we'll also grab another one and we'll attach it to the front. Raise it about that high. We'll move it in a little bit more just so the roofs actually connect. I mean, that looks a little weird, but that will work if we add another one. Like that. It's always a shame when they just don't line up. We'll do... Guess we'll do that. That'll be fine. Looks a little odd, but... Actually, I'll see if I can figure something out with it. Okay, so I just added a couple more of these thatched halls and kind of gave it this design here. This will allow us to... basically allow 65 people to come in here. Which is alright. I think that's about double to what we can house at the moment in our current tavern. But I'd like to do a bit more. So once we add some of these... further decorations to the building should allow us to have even more people. That's good. What about another one here? Do it like that. I mean, that looks a little odd, doesn't it? What if we make that one lower? That's better. And I need to add something here to kind of get rid of that water. So maybe if I grabbed one of these smaller ones here and connected it. Rose it up. How does that look? Once again, very strange. Gonna get rid of that. Stick to maybe a smaller design. Like so. That needs to come back more against the wall. If I do that, yeah, I guess it gives it a little bit of character at least. Stops it from sticking out so much. Actually, I'm going to get rid of that because one thing we need to use this for is our next sub-building, which will be the Tavern Kitchen. So for this, okay, so actually just before we add the Tavern Kitchen, we need to add the, where is it? The service counter. And that will allow our villagers to actually get served. So we need to add that. Oh, supply and royal militiamen. We do not want that mission, so let me cancel that. I was not aware that that happened. So build one of the service counters. Perfect. That will allow storage capacity of 75 and 3 tavern workers. I'd like a bit more storage capacity, so I might see what add-ons I can do. Do these affect storage at all? No. Okay. Let me see what I can muster up. Should I maybe just add another one on top? Little cheaty. But I think that's what we're going to do. I just think that's the best decision, seeing as now it will give us 150 storage. But it won't compromise on the look. So now that is done, we'll add the Tavern Kitchen. And this is where the cooks will be able to cook the amazing food that they will serve to the people. Let's add a few more of these, shall we? Let's see how these look if we go back to back with it and try and make its own structure. Raise that. Looks a little odd, but I reckon we can make it work because we'll be covering that up. But it's tough because we can't use the thatched roofs. Maybe if we do that. Okay, I like that. It gives us 4 cooks. Would 4 cooks be enough? Surely that would. Maybe 6 would be better, so I might move that back. And add a couple more, like so. Try and not make it too much wider. And just raise it up again. Oh. It's on a very odd slope, this building. Oh no, it's kind of ruined the design. I guess we might have to be a bit cheaty and just overlap it again. And then we'll lay that over, and that should give us 7 cooks now. 8 cooks. And 140 storage capacity. And look how great this tavern is turning out. I mean, that thatched roof there looks a little odd. I wish I could change that. I'll have to think about how I can do that. Screw it, we're just going to rock it that way. Because why not? So with that being the public lounge, we need a doorway. This is where the doorway is going to be. So we'll put that there. That's our entrance. Lovely. And we might have a couple other entrances, like maybe a little side one down here for the cooks. So for the Tavern Kitchen, have a little side door back here. And that's where they can enter for their job. And the one last thing we need is a berry brewer. Because at the moment we can't sell alcohol, so we need to sell berry brew. And so we will attach this to the kitchen. Makes the most amount of sense. Maybe raise that a little more. There we go. And that looks incredibly strange. Okay guys, there we go. That is basically the skeleton structure of the tavern done. Now we just need to add more decorations. Let's start up by adding some lush ivy, because that looks great. I love that overgrown look. What can we put? Can we put it elsewhere on the building? Where else can we stick it? Stick it there. That looks good, especially with the ocean. Love it. We also need a sign at the front of our tavern, don't we? So we'll stick it there. Maybe actually there will be better. And we'll stick a good old inn sign, of course. Because that is the one that's there. Oh, well, not let us stick it to that. I thought that was a thing that you stick your sign to, but I guess not. We'll have to attach it to... Let me figure this out. Why is it not working? Okay, there we go. There's our beautiful inn sign. So now that's done, now we need to get the tavern sign going. So let's attach that now. We won't do it at the very top, because then no one will be able to see it, won't they? So we'll do it in the center as well, and we'll add a barrel sign. Lovely, that's done. And supplying Royal Militiamen again. No, get rid of that quest. Can't believe they keep giving us that quest when we clearly do not want it. Okay, let's add more to the building. Some more of these thatched things. I love them. They look great. Add a few more of these all over the place. You can never have too much character in your building, I feel. Although it costs us a lot of resources doing all this, I truly think it is worth it. Should we add another balcony? Sure, let's add a balcony here. Does that work? Sure. Maybe one further up. There we go. That looks good. Doesn't look too strange. On top of that, we will add some trees, I reckon. We're going to get some trees going on. So we'll add one there. Add another... Maybe not down there. Maybe in the corner here, if we can rotate it so it doesn't interfere with the building too much. It's going to be a bit tricky. You might leave that one. But we'll put a tree there. We'll put another one over here. Chuck another one next to the door. Rotating it so it doesn't interfere. That's good. And we'll keep it like that. Actually, we'll get rid of this because I want to put all bushes here. Okay, guys, how's that looking so far? I know it's just a frame at the moment. We actually haven't built anything, but I reckon that's looking pretty good. With a few more decorations, I reckon we're ready to start building it. Okay, added a nice little terrace area there, and now I reckon I'm going to add a few benches around the place. So one there would be good. I reckon another one or a couple even against this wall here where people will be walking by. And we'll add some flowers and stuff too near them to make it look quite nice. Maybe like a pot there. And then even, what do we have over here? Not much. We'll go back over here. Couple bushes maybe, just something fairly simple. One there and one there. Beautiful. Add a lamp post on this corner. Like so. We'll also add another one here in the terrace area. So the people have well lit up places to eat. Kind of make it look like it's attached to the wall there. Bingo. Okay, I'm really liking this so far. It is looking fantastic. Now over here, I'm going to add a couple of barrels. It would make sense that the inn has a lot of stock that they're having to manage. There we go. That looks pretty good to me. What else can we add here? A wall lantern. We can add one right there. That looks good. I like that. Can we add some more along this area? One there. Lovely. And even maybe another one. Why can't I see that? Oh, it's because it's on the other wall. I want you to attach to this wall. Why will you not attach to this wall? That's okay. We do need a lantern there anyway. I think that would look quite nice. Look a bit like Venice. How they have those canals and they're all lit up. So we'll add one to this side too, if we can. Oh, we can't. It's a bit silly. Oh, that's cool. We can add it to the balcony. I'll do that. That's sick. add another one up there. Going a bit overboard with these freaking wall lanterns, but they look lovely. I really do like the look of them. We'll place one on that balcony too. Okay. Now, seeing as this is the kitchen area, this area definitely needs some barrels as well. So I'll add some of those. There we go. I'll also add a couple trees and bushes around here. Just to add a couple rose bushes, actually. Just to try and blend this area a bit more. Because it can look a bit harsh the way the water and the sand kind of creeps up. And I'll also try and place a few banners around to represent our great kingdom. Place one there. Can we place some on the actual building? Oh, that is awesome. Oh, where can we put one of those? Should we just hang it right off the balcony? Now, we won't really see it too much, so there's not much point. Can we hang it off of this side? No, maybe if we... Can we attach it to the bridge? Oh, we can't. That would have been pretty amazing also, but maybe there. Ah, oh, come on. We'll attach it there. That looks good. Right on top. Right next to the bridge. And then we'll have a little road sign here too. Telling people where to go. So we'll say, hey, you know, castle's this way, inn and lodge that way. Make sure they're actually pointing in the right directions. I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? Just do it like that. Beautiful. Okay, what else can we add? And the last thing that we will add along with our little boar sign to show where the kitchen is we'll just add a couple of sheds. Just to give these workers a little bit of a place to do their job. A roofed shed, how does that look? Doesn't interfere with the window too much. And I like how that kind of adds a little bit of thickness to the building there. Actually, I prefer it kind of open like that. What can we... Maybe just a simple woodcutter? Yeah, that makes sense. They need wood for the fires when they're cooking things, so we'll put it right there. So they got a bit of a view while chopping wood. And I think that is everything done. And look how many resources that is going to cost us. And that's just the tavern kitchen. Imagine if it's when I build everything. It's going to be hundreds of materials. But this is going to be absolutely incredible. Are we ready? Let's go through it one by one. The inn lodge. Build all. Oh, I just clicked build all and it built everything. That's great though. Okay, that's going to take forever. So let's speed it up a little bit and let's allow them to get to work. Working hard or hardly working, fellas. Like, come on, get to it. Chop, chop, chop. That's more like it. Oh, god damn it. Everyone's slacking off. This thing's going to take forever to get built at this rate. Come on, guys. Keep on working. Get to it. Okay, it seems like we have a little bit of voodoo magic happening right here. So, I don't know if our castle or city is cursed or blessed, but definitely something a bit paranormal going on here. Now, how are the resources going? They've nearly got about half of the planks there. Got all the wood, more or less. Quite low on tools. Might need to do something about that. Might have to go. We're doing good on money. So I'll go to the... Beautiful. Go to the resources menu. Find where tools are. And we won't be selling them. Instead, we'll be purchasing them. All the way up to... Let's just say 30. And hopefully this merchant right here will be able to sell us the tools that we need. So the inn is almost done, which is good. How's the rest of the buildings going? So this is actually different from this one. So combined, it's over 400 planks that we're looking at. even more because you got all of this stuff too. Oh, jeez. Well, I'm happy that we're getting it done because it's going to look fantastic. Don't think I've mentioned it yet, but I finally decided to add a few stone towers on the outskirts of my walls just to give them a bit more character. A couple of them are, for some reason, not building. I'm guessing the builders can't reach them. So I'm going to have to try and fix that off camera. But trust me, it's getting done. Because I can imagine that was annoying a lot of you guys. Build, you bastards, build. That's more like it. I want this building done by morning. Hurry up. Okay, to be fair, the building is going to struggle to get done because we basically have no tools. Because we have no tools, we can't really be building anything, can we? So we need to increase our iron output, but in order to increase that, we need to increase our coal output. Which isn't great, because I've built so many of these coal workers, and yet they're not doing their job. I guess I can employ another couple people here. I'm sure that's not going to fix our overall coal shortage, so I'm going to have to possibly build even more, which is just jeez, but is what it is. How much longer is this going to take? At this rate, hopefully not much longer. We're mainly just waiting on them tools. The planks might take a little bit. Oh, here we go. Houses up to 1 visitor when fully starved. That's it? 1 visitor? Surely you're joking. But we can hire an innkeeper. That's awesome. I'll do that now. Let's see how that goes. We can always unemploy him if that turns out to be a bit too soon. But I think maybe we need to focus a little bit on our coal and iron right now. Yes! Okay, so we just were able to buy some tools. So now that should speed up the construction of this. Brilliant. Okay, so the problem is that we don't have enough land to chop down trees. But at the same time, I don't really want to purchase anymore because then our upkeep will go up and we won't really be making money. And I'm worried already that building this will come with such an upkeep that will already put us in the negative. Okay, so far it's generated no money. Is it because we have visitors turned off or something? Not as far as I know. We have it enabled. Immigration, maybe that's what it is. We'll turn that back on for a little bit and see if that changes things. How are these fishing huts going? Okay, so we need to fix our iron output, but I'm not too sure how we're going to do that just yet, because if we're struggling on tools, then we're going to struggle to build more buildings for our iron. So I think I need to go back to the drawing board. So here I am at the top of one of my towers in my castle, just having a little look around, seeing what I can possibly do to try and fix my iron situation. I'm thinking maybe over in this section here, over on the right of these rocks, we could build a bit of a factory zone, because I know this is at the moment, but I plan for a lot of that to be housing, or if not, then storage. Basically, I want to have the gate, the wall that is there, to basically stay there, maybe come forward a little bit, but a lot of this will be housing. This will all be industrial area, of course. And out here where the village currently is, I want it to change to farmland, because now that we've cleared a lot of it, it'll be perfect for a lot of wheat fields. Here we go. Check this out. This is pretty sick. So it says lodging travelers. So it's giving us... Okay, what does it say here? Pleasantly surprised to find lodging. They remarked that no one along their route knew an inn was open. Relieved by the discovery, they asked if they may share the news. Of course. Spread the word. We need people to visit our inn, and that way we can make some money. Oh, here we go. So as more gets added, we can house more and more people. That's a relief. Lovely. So we can house employ maybe another innkeeper. We have 2 innkeepers working there. I think that's a good amount for now. And we're maxed out on our labor influence again. So let's see what we can unlock. We'll unlock the city market. We'll need that. 100% we will need that. What can we unlock over here? Let's unlock... We'll unlock the... Oh, do I want the mess hall, private quarters, or the healing house? For knights and nobility. Might just go for the mess hall for now. Gonna try and start unlocking a few more things during the videos and between them. Because I know the progression has been a little bit slow on that part. I've just been getting too wrapped up in all these other small buildings. So I've just seen here we have a new build tab, City Market, and we have some... Oh, whoops. We have some pretty cool stuff in here. I mean, check all this stuff out. So we can build this kind of like overhanging... I don't know what you'd kind of call it. Like shack, veranda thing? I don't know. It's like store all your stuff in there, I guess, and what, you can build stalls along the outside like this? That's awesome. Can you still attack? Can you still attach like tents? You can. That's awesome. Oh, that's so good. We're gonna have some fun with this. Let me just get rid of that for now. We're not gonna... Yeah, let's just scrap that. Destroy. Okay, back to the inn. And guys, don't forget, if you are enjoying the video, be sure to hit the like and even leave a comment telling me what you think about our great tavern that we have built this episode. Because I think it looks awesome. But if there's something you think I can change in it to improve it, or even tell me how you guys have built your taverns, then please leave it down below. I'd be very interested to read what is going on in your foundation worlds. So we got more people coming, which is good. We need more workers. We're at 230. I feel like we've lost a couple while building this. But I don't know. I haven't really been keeping too much of a track on it. The tavern kitchen has 0 out of 104 planks. That is not good. What is going on with our planks? Oh dear. We have 0 planks and only 2 logs. So we basically have no wood. So we need to fix that immediately. And how are we going to do that? I am going to... I'm going to buy this land here. Now, why am I going to do that? There's barely any wood over here. Well, let me just quickly pause the game and show you what I plan to do. So I'm going to add another stone bridge across this way. So we'll have 2 entry points. Once we do that, I'll unpause it and they can start working on that. I'll actually make this a higher priority, seeing as it won't take too many resources. I want to make sure they finish it, because once we do, I'm going to purposely make all of this area wood cutting. Here we go. I'm going to use this area for other stuff at some point. Sure, I will. Let's actually see what the hunting's like. Okay, so we're not affecting any of the hunting. That's good. We are going to be getting rid of a few berry bushes, which is a little bit of a shame, but look, we're going to be building on this area anyway. There's not much we can do about it. So we're going to make that wood cutting. However, we're going to move our forester camps. And I'm just going to place them right here. And then when I get the opportunity, here we go. Just going to paint all this area as reforestation as well. And this will be our whole wood cutting operation going on right here. Keep this area clear so I can build it up. All of this can be wood to be chopped down. And I'll do the same for this building here. But I don't know if they share the same reforestation areas. I'd assume not. And just to be safe, I want to make sure. Because as you can see, they're slightly different, like, shades of blue. And they kind of overlap there, so... and make sure that I'm getting the max out of my workers. There we go. Hopefully I covered everything. And they'll get to work. I know that's a long way from this other stuff, but I mean, feel like, oh, and a commoner left. That's not ideal. I feel like we're going to have a little bit of a struggle in our city for a bit until we get back on top of things. But, you know, there's always going to be a calm before the storm. And we had our calm, and I feel like now we're hitting the storm. But a merchant is approaching, so hopefully he has some good news for us. Check this out. If I look here, it says our inn has generated 140 gold this week. That's awesome. So let's see what this merchant has for us. Iron ore for the elders. We can actually do that. And we have plenty. And like I said, we're not really manufacturing enough iron with it. So why not make some money? Sounds like a good trade. It does. But just before I accept it, I want to make sure I can actually get the money from it. So let's buy some upgrades, shall we? We need beer production. So let's get that one. We'll do that next time, I reckon. We'll also get another village edict. We'll also get the common wares improvement. And there we go. Now we're down to 500 gold. Let's send off that iron ore. And just like that, we're back up to 800 gold with that quest completed. Oh, and just look how cool this tavern looks now that it's all done. I'm so happy with what we've built here, guys. It's making us so much money. It's housing a lot of visitors. We can cook some amazing meals here. It's going to be fantastic. Anyway, that's all I have for today. But thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed watching me build this tavern, be sure to hit like, be sure to hit subscribe, and even leave a comment telling me what you thought about this build or what you've done in your own Foundation worlds. And as for you wondering, what are we doing in the next part? Well, thank you for watching till the end, because your reward is, you're about to find out. And that is this right here, building a monastery. We finally got a quest for it because I unlocked it in the progression menu. And this is what we're going to be doing next episode. We're going to be building our monastery, and we're going to be aiming to build it on top of this hill here. So be sure to be tuned in for that. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. And be sure to tune in for the next one. And I'll see you all next time. Adios.